Hello, everybody. Hello, my name is Stacy. Welcome to my channel, The Liminal Space, and welcome into my reading for the month of May. I have already cleared my space. I've already called in energy of the highest light, the highest love, and the highest healing. But I am called between these readings now to do a little bit more clearing. I think it's just because, well, the energy has been intense, right? With my April reading, April kicked off with a bang, and I knew that it was going to be like that, and I'm not surprised. I also like to ring some bells. I usually do this before, but it helps raise the vibration. I knew April was going to be kind of kick-ass, and it was. I just thought it was going to be a little calmer by the end of the month. Turns out, no, it's still really intense. And I think May might be like that too. But May is a whole different energy, right? It's definitely fertile, growth, grounded earth energy. Maybe because Taurus has come into the picture now, and that's a far different energy than Aries. Let me light my candle and call in the energy of fire here. And then we'll take a look at our cards and see what the message is. And I'm going to pull an extra card, actually, for this reading. Something I haven't done, but I have been guided to do this time around. So we'll see how that works out. I got to get those cards ready. So for this reading, we always look at three things. These are messages to us from the overall spirit, and it's a message for our mind, for our body, and then for our spirit. And like I said, then we're going to pull one extra card for the month of May, and we'll see, how that goes. But this is the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. This is a beautiful deck. I think you could buy any one of Colette's decks and feel very fulfilled in them. One reason I like to use this deck for the monthly readings, is that I feel like everybody is called to or connected to spirit animals in different ways. And I think that everyone can kind of associate with them. Even if you've never seen a koala bear, like in person, you might know what it is, or I've seen a picture of it, and the energy is very interesting. I don't even know when the last time I might have picked koala bear in any reading for myself, others, or on this channel, but that's just what came to mind. So we'll look at, like I said, three messages. I'm going to try to keep my candle in frame. I really like to do that. I think that kind of helps with the energy of the reading. Though I'm a fire person, so I enjoy the energy of fire, which is kind of creativity. And I'm just going to cut the deck a couple times, and we'll see, where we end up. All right, so we have our overall message here for our mind, for our body, and for our spirit. All right, pretty excited. I just did the recording for the Beltane reading, so that was really fabulous information and energy that came through. So if you haven't found that yet or are interested in it, please check it out. I thought it was wonderful. So let's take a look at what the overall message that spirit has for our mind. The message here is dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. This is really interesting, isn't it? Because loyalty is something that's very associated with our thought process. It's an important part of who we are and how we present ourselves to others as well as ourselves. So be loyal to what you love. So you know what you love, and you know what you maybe don't love, or maybe you love everything, but you know that deeply you love certain other things more. So be loyal to what you love. And this is beautiful. This is like a border collie, long-haired border collie. My old dog was part border collie. I had her for 14 years, and I've been without her for 2 years now. So that's been really difficult. But one of the big things that came into my life at the end of March, actually the very end of March, was a new dog, a puppy. And I always knew that my old dog would let me know when the time was right. And she did, And so I have a new puppy, and I'm just going to tell you right now, I remember, how much work puppies are, but I had forgot how much work puppies are, but very fulfilling and very high vibrational, So the oracle message here is dog spirit appears to remind you that although change is part of life and all of us are meant to evolve, our love and commitments remain strong. You are loved now and can trust that this higher love is true. Spirit loves you, and love has arrived in many forms now, manifesting in the people you surround yourself with, expressed uniquely through them. Dog Spirit also says to be true to that which you love, for now is the time of good fortune. Be steady, your heart is loving and true, and Dog Spirit wants you to know that your steadfast commitment to experiencing and expressing love will attract and manifest more love in your life. You deserve it all. Okay, well, that is a wonderful thing for us to keep in mind. And like I said, this is the Spirit's message for our mind. So a lot of this is how we perceive it and how we process it, right, in our heads. It's like the workstation, the computer part of our body, in our brain. And so remember that you are love. Remember you express love, and how you present that to the world is important to what you receive back. So if you give love, you will receive love, and you can be selective in where you show love. That's okay. But you can also say, I love this tree, and I love that tree, and I love this dandelion. The dandelions are out and about strong in this countryside now, so I'm excited to see that. They're happy. I like them. I know a lot of people don't want dandelions in their lawns, but I love them. So let's take a look at our message for our body. Seahorse Spirit, of course, body is very physical and grounded in an energy, and yet this is definitely a water message. I mean, seahorses come from the sea, but the message here is watch and wait. So it's a little bit of a pause. This card came up, I don't know if it was last time or 2 months ago. It's been a couple months, but anyways, I always find it dynamic. I've never seen a seahorse like actually in the free water. I've seen them in tanks, in aquariums, in zoos, and they are beautiful, beautiful animals. But the message here, I don't even know that they're animals actually, but the message here is watch and wait. And so it's kind of telling me that Spirit is telling us that we want to maybe have a pause. And, I've been working on a lot of spiritual stuff and trying to grow and develop my own self. I think we're always in a process of growth. And sometimes we don't even realize we're doing it. But March, I had to whoa, Nelly, pull on the reins and take a pause and just really calibrate what had been going on with myself. And when it came to the end of March, like I said, I had the excitement of a new puppy and a whole lot of extra work in my life, but it's been great. So the message here is the seahorse observes with the perspective of one who is not engulfed by the drama, remaining at a distance from all the turbulence. And boy, howdy, the world is turbulent right now, right? Seahorse Spirit appears at this time to remind you of your need to be neutral and gain perspective. The message from Seahorse Spirit is, not my circus, not my monkeys. So this is like the great pause. Take time. Don't get caught up in the drama. That's my words, but I think that's what the message is here. It says here, Spirit wants you to know that even if you are tempted to jump into the fray and try to fix things, the best way to serve yourself and others right now is to remain calm and simply watch and see. So this isn't telling you to disconnect from that, but it is telling you to pause and just let things maybe kind of work themselves out. And this is actually a really good message for me personally, because I am a fixer. I like to fix things. It makes me feel like I'm helping other people and myself by doing stuff. But sometimes things just work themselves out. I don't know, it was a week ago, my necklace, I have 4 or 5 different, you probably can't see it, pendants on my chain. I don't know if I can even get this in the camera, and it doesn't really matter, but they were tangled up, and I was like, how did this even happen? What did I do in my sleep? And so I tried to work at it a little bit, and I could not get them out. Anyway, so I had to do a few things, like take the puppy out. We're potty training, and a few other things. And then when I got back to my necklace, all the kinks, all the little things that were tangled up had worked themselves out, and it was fine. So I think that's what Seahorse Spirit is telling us. Watch and wait and let things work themselves out. So easier said than done. I know, because like I said, I am a fixer. All right, let's take a look at our overall message from Spirit here. Or from Spirit to our Spirit. We have Antelope Spirit. Life is speeding up. And to here, I just want to say, no shit, but I'm just joking. Life is really speeding up. Time feels different. It doesn't feel like there's possibly the same amount of time in a day that there used to be. And I know that doesn't sound like it makes any sense, but if you look at the concept that time isn't real, and that we're all kind of in a matrix of energy that we don't really understand, that kind of controls or traps us in time. And even I have a hard time sometimes with that. I can feel like things are faster. And this also might just be that intense energy is ramping up, as we move through this year. And really, like I had said last month, I kind of thought by the end of April, things were going to be a little chill, but no, that's not the case. And so it looks like May is going to feel the same way. But you know what? That's the change the world has to go through. It's the change the collective has to go through. And so don't be afraid that life is speeding up. And what I find actually, because this has been kind of an interesting week for me, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get everything done that I need to get done. So I'm just taking it one day at a time, and I'm trusting my higher self. I'm trusting my spirit guides, guardians, and gatekeepers that everything's going to work out. And with the guidance and patience, everything's going to be fine. So life is speeding up, but don't feel swept away in it. I guess that's what I want to say to you. Life is speeding up, but don't feel swept away. I mean, that came from my mouth, but that was definitely a message from spirit for you guys. So pretty exciting reading. We got really interesting stuff here. We've got two animals that are very earthy and grounded as dogs, and then we have more watery and even like almost air, etheric energy here. So what I have been guided to do is pull from a different deck. I have recently fallen in love with this deck. This is a deck called The Secret Language of Color, and it's by Ina Siegel. Ina, I don't know how to pronounce it, but color has been coming on very dynamically for me for several months. And so I am getting downloads of color. I close my eyes and I see different colors. But I thought for this, it would be interesting to see what color energy is going to be coming in strong for us in May, or that we're going to be trying to focus on working with in May. So here's our card. I don't know why I know that. Pink. Let love in is the message there. So pink. So of course, pink really feels important, right? For spring, at least it's spring in the Northern Hemisphere, for this energy around Beltane season and May. It makes me think of May Day and flowers and like seeds starting to grow or putting flowers in pots at home. Pink. Let love in. Pink actually came up in my personal life today in the terms of rose quartz and how that is associated with heart healing and heart chakra work. So there's no coincidence, right? That pink is showing up. 4 is the number on this card. I don't want to, is there enough room for all of this? Let's see. What can I do? What can I do? Because I'd like them all to be in frame. It makes it a little easier for things to be seen. We'll just go slide that like that. So we have pink. And I do want to read what's in the book just a little bit. I'm not as familiar with this book. I've really just this is a new deck to me. And I'm just learning it. And I have not dived into the book much at all. But pink is the energy of unconditional love, opening your heart and helping to heal heart problems. It assists with releasing emotional challenges and brings tranquility. Pink also helps with insomnia and the manifestation of dreams. Open your heart with delicate pink colors. So buy yourself some pink flowers. Put a pink shirt on. Paint your fingernails or toenails pink. I'm taking this quite seriously. I asked for color guidance for this month, and I am very strongly going to associate with the color of pink. I don't have a lot of pink to wear, but I can do some pink accessories. Why not? Pink is actually one of my mom's favorite colors. So there's a lot of pink in my life because of her, even if it's not like in my shirt or my tennis shoes. But so I hope you guys have found some insight or guidance in this reading for May. I'm really excited about this month, but overall, really, life is going to be speeding up. Remember that. So it's good to stay loyal to what you love, also be grounded, and then pause and watch and wait. Even though life is speeding up, the overall message for us right here might be to be grounded and pause and let life work itself out. I kind of think that's where we're going here. All right. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to my guides and the guidance for this reading. I encourage you all to please leave me a like, leave a comment, share this video with someone who you think it might help. I want to be able to help people as much as possible. And I will tell you this about this reading. I know it's designed for this month of May in 2026. However, if you find this reading 2 years from now, I mean, God willing, my channel will still be up, then there's something in that message for you at that time. Even if it's the month of October, it doesn't matter. There's something in the message for you. When you find these readings, and I'm not just talking about my channel, because there are 1,000 great channels on YouTube that are doing, readings. For all of them, if it shows up for you, there's something in it for you. I truly, truly believe that. And it doesn't matter if the reading was today, a week ago, or 10 years ago. Trust that your guides are finding you the information that you need when you need it. Okay, have a beautiful month of May. I think it's going to be an interesting one. I want you all to be safe and enjoy the ride. Okay, take care. Again, my name is Stacy and my channel is The Liminal Space. Bye-bye.